a sound. No footsteps echoed on the ground. The stars looked down but didn't shine, as if they knew she wouldn't be mine. A whisper lost in midnight's flame. The night just smiled and hid her name. I searched the sky for any trace of the warmth behind her face, but silence wrapped the world so tight, and love dissolved into the night. The night that hid her name stole the letters from the flame, left me holding only rain and a heart that spoke in vain. I called her out into the dark, but not a single answering spark. Only shadows knew her shame on the night that hid her name. Our pictures burned in candlelight, faded faces lost to time. The echoes in the hall still cry, but no one answers when I try. The wind just hums that old refrain of the night that hid her name. She left no note, she left no word, just vanished like a song unheard. I asked the moon if she still cared, but even stars pretend she's never there. The night that hid her name took the fire, left the flame. The love we built now feels like shame, and nothing ever feels the same. I spoke her name into the dark. Silence tore my voice apart. Now even dreams forget her frame, since the night that hid her name. A haunting solo with minor key bends, slow delay, slow feedback. The guitar cries like a voice trying to remember. If you find her in the rain, tell her I still curse her name, and that I never healed the same since the night that hid her name. I heard it late in the quiet of night, a whisper carved from my own fight. It echoed through the halls I left behind, where your shadow used to lie beside mine. It wasn't you, it wasn't fate, it was my silence that came too late. Now there's a voice I call regret, speaks in the tears I never let. It walks with me in rooms I've left bare, it sleeps in the spaces we used to share. This voice, it's all I get, a voice I call regret. I see your name where I should have stayed, in empty frames and hearts I frayed. You waited with with hands I never held tight. And now your goodbye owns my nights. It wasn't storms, it wasn't fate, it was my fear that shut the gate. Now there's a voice I call regret. It sings the words I won't forget. It plays like a song I left unplayed, a truth I buried in the shade. This voice, it's all I get. A voice I call regret. Lives in the pause before I speak. It knows the strength I couldn't keep. It grows in the silence I once chose. It cries at me when no one knows. Now there's a voice I can't undo, made of everything I didn't do. You were my chance, I let it die. Now I talk to you through the sky. It's all that's left, all I have left is a voice I call regret. You stood at the door with your shadow and doubt, your hand on the frame, but your heart screaming out. You said the words, but your lips looked unsure, like you were still hoping I'd beg you for more. I saw the fight in your quiet stare, like leaving was something you didn't dare. This is a goodbye you didn't mean, a fragile pause in a broken scene. Your voice said go, but your eyes said stay, like love was just one word away. I still hear you in everything, in the silence, in the spaces between. You're gone, but it's the goodbye you didn't mean. Your jacket still hangs where you left it that night, like even your footsteps couldn't get it right. And the light in the hallway still flickers with doubt, like the house knows you're not fully out. You packed your bags but left your scent, like something in you still hadn't wet. This is the goodbye you didn't mean, a truth disguised in a silent scene. Your words walked out, but your love remained, like a song that never reached the refrain. I still feel you in the air I breathe, in every tear, in every dream. You're gone, but it's the goodbye you didn't mean. Maybe you thought you had to go. Maybe pain was all we'd ever know. But hearts don't lie when they still bleed. And mine knows what you did to me. Said goodbye, but not with your soul. You let go, but never hold it. I'll be here, holding the goodbye you didn't mean. She didn't say a word, didn't need to. Just looked at me like I was see-through. The light we built started to fade, and silence spoke what she couldn't say. I reached for her hand, it didn't move, and in her stare I lost the proof of every always we ever made. The day her eyes turned cold was the day I lost her soul. No screaming fight, no shattered glass, just love that couldn't last. She was near but not the same. I saw goodbye but heard no name. I knew I'd never hold the girl before her eyes turned cold. Photographs can lie if you let them. Smiles frozen in a world we both left in. But that look, it lives in my head like a ghost that won't forgive what I said. She blinked once and time stood still, and suddenly I knew she never will be mine the way she used to be. The day her eyes turned cold was the end I didn't control. No bitter words, no slamming door, just nothing where there was more. She didn't cry, and neither did I, but something sacred said goodbye. And the truth so bitter bold lived in the day her eyes turned cold. They say hearts break loud when mine grow quiet. In that room where love went silent. And now I walk through every night wishing for one last more light. If I could turn back time, I'd hold her eyes before they turn so cold. You were a whisper I never caught, a glance that lingered, then was lost. We passed like strangers in the sun, hearts aching, but we said none. I wrote you in my quiet nights, but never learned to speak it right. You were the love that never said hello, the story we both feared to know. Eyes that met, but hands stayed still, a fire that froze upon the hill. I felt you deep, but let you go. A love that never said hello. Maybe we dreamed the same soft dream, but drowned it in the in between. I almost spoke, you almost stayed, but silence won the love we made. We danced around the words unsaid, now they echo in my head. You were the love that never said hello, a season caught beneath the snow, the song I hummed but never played, the steps I lost, the path we strayed. I knew your soul, but couldn't show a love that never said hello. What if I turned? What if you stayed? Would our silence still remain? Now all I hold is what could be, in words that never made it free. You were the love that never said hello, a ghost I carry where I go. We lived 1,000 babies wide, but never dared to let them fly. Now all I have is what I know. You were the love that never said hello. She used to light the morning sky with laughter soft as lullabies, but time has turned her face to blur, and I can't find the shape of her. She fades in corners of my mind, in songs I swore I'd always find. In her half-forgotten smile, I see the ghosts we were a while. A flicker lost in distant eyes, a touch that never said goodbye. She's somewhere far yet close in style, living still in her half-forgotten smile. I trace her shadow in the rain, the way she whispered through my name. but now her echoes grow and weak, and all I have are lines she'd speak. She's written in a faded hue, a love I almost thought I knew. In her half-forgotten smile, moments stretched across a mile. The kind of hurt that wears so slow, it cuts with every I don't know. Still I wait like all the while, just to see her half-forgotten smile. I don't recall the day she left, only the feeling in my chest. There's something soft and gone to die, without a tear, without a cry. She's not gone, she's not the same. Like ashes whispering her name, still she haunts this heart in style, in her half-forgotten smile. You're not in the photographs or the places we used to go, but somehow you still find me in the quiet I don't show. You're not in the letters torn or the songs we left behind, but every time the night falls, still written in my mind. You don't knock, you don't speak, but I feel you when I breathe. You're a whisper named you, soft as the wind but cutting through the silence that still feels like truth. You're not a ghost, not gone, not new, just a voice that time can't undo. I lost you loud but found you true. Now you live as a whisper named you. Don't haunt like stories say, no chains, no cold, no fear, just a hush inside the morning that says you're still near. You echo in my quiet, where the world forgets your name, but I still hear it clearly in every drop of rain. You're not there and yet you are, like the faintest fading star. You're a whisper named you, in every silence I walk through, a name the sky still softly knew, but no one else can hear like I do. No scream, no flame, no final cue, just a hush that forever grew. You're not a wound, but something true, a breath in time, a whisper named you. I call you in the spaces between the heartbeats I forget. Not loud, not brave, not broken, just a voice I can't regret. You're a whisper named you, still here though out of view, the silent thread I'm woven to, the softest ache that pulled me through. You you. Room still holds your shape somehow, and shadows drawn across the floor. I don't speak your name out loud, but it lingers at the door. No photos left to pull me in, no scent upon the air, but I still sit beside the hush in the quiet we once shared. No need for words back then. Now silence is my friend. In the quiet we once shared, I still feel you sitting there, close without a sound or stare, but I reach for you everywhere. You were the calm inside my storm, the hush that always felt like home. And even now I'm unprepared for the ache in the quiet we once shared. You never had to say too much, your silence said it all. Now I'm screaming in my stillness, with no one left to call. The clock still ticks, but time won't move since you're no longer there. I keep reliving that soft pause in the quiet we once shared. I talk to walls and empty chairs, but nothing answers back but air. In the quiet we once shared, I feel your breath, I see you stare. A memory dressed in what we were, still echoing in midnight air. You were the warmth beneath the rain, now silence only speaks your name. And I still find myself ensnared in the hush we once shared. There's peace in pain, they say, but I only found delay. Between the words we never said, and all the space you left instead. Ooh, in the quiet we once shared, I still hear you everywhere. A soft goodbye without a flare, a final breath too much to bear. Now every stillness draws me in to where we stop, now where we've been. You disappeared into thin air, but I remain in the quiet we once shared. There was no storm, no shattered glass, no scream to mark the final past. Just silence blooming like the frost, something warm, forever lost. I held your hand, but not your gaze. And in that hush, you slipped away. The coffee cooled, the light grew thin. You smiled but never let me in. I watched you fade in day by day, in words you chose not to say. Like mist that leaves the morning sea, you vanish soft and quietly from me. How you vanish softly, no warning in the wind, no doors that slam behind you, just a slow and silent end. Like pages left unwritten, like shadows in the glow, you vanish softly, and I never saw you go. I search the air, the empty bed, your laughter echoes in my head, but every trace was paper thin, a ghost that barely had been in. No final fight, no last demand, just space where once you used to stand. Now I replay each quiet breath to find the hour love faced instead. But nothing screams and nothing breaks, just memory and the time it takes. How you vanish softly, like whispers through the trees. Not a single tear to hold you, not a storm to set me free. Just the stillness of you leaving, while the world refused to know. You vanished softly, and I never saw you go. You vanished softly, so softly, like falling snow. I lit the match, believed in fire, chased your light through shattered wire. I gave you roads I never walked, and waded through your silence, talked to echoes of a dream we planned. But here I stand, left where I began. You gave me stars, but none were true. A borrowed sky I painted blue. I folded truth in soft disguise, just to stay beneath your lies. And now your footprints fade like sand. Still I remain, left where I began. Back to the start, with more to lose, a heart rebuilt and still abused. You never saw the war I fought, inside the love your silence brought. You walked away, no final stand, and I'm just here, left where I began. The mirror shows a face I knew before I ever tasted you. I hope that love will carve a line, some proof we live beyond the time. but all that's left is who I am. A broken mouth, left where I began. No closure, no last embrace, just your shadow in my space. I circle back through all we had, but even pain won't make me mad. Back to the start, with hollow hands, no fire left in these wastelands. You were the hope, the cruelest lie, the voice that taught my heart to cry. No answers here, just shifting sand, and I'm still here. That's where I began. I was afraid, you were the rain. Now I remain. That's where I began. I saw the flicker in your eyes, like stars that lost their fight. You turned away but didn't speak as day collapsed to night. We used to burn, we used to blaze, now we're just a fading down. And I knew it in your silence before our light went out. You were slipping through my hands like smoke I couldn't understand. Before our light went out, we were still holding on somehow, pretending we could fix the cracks in walls we couldn't talk around. I felt the cold inside your kiss, a love too tired to shout, and I whispered to the dark before our light went out. We shared a bed of distant stars, but drifted through the dark. We spoke in half-forgotten words and slept a world apart. The fire didn't die in flames, it dimmed without a sound, and I was watching from the silence before our light went out. All the warmth began to fade, still I begged the night to stay. Before our light went out, we danced on dreams we lived without. The shadow touched the hallway door, but your love had long walked out. I held you like a memory that time could never reroute, and I knew it in my soul before our light went out. No thunder, no goodbye, just a breath we let go by. And now I see it all too clear. The end was always near. Before our light went out, I still saw hope beneath the doubt. The truth was written in your eyes, the kind that doesn't need to shout. Now I sit inside the silence and carry every doubt of The curtains barely move at night, but I still feel you in the light. Reflections whisper on the glass of moments gone that couldn't last. I trace the frame where you once stood and wonder if you ever would come back to the quiet where love once stayed. But the silence knows you walked away, and the window still cries every time it rains. Your shadow lingers in the water stains. I try to breathe, but your ghost replies in the cold night breeze. The window still cries. Have dried, the days moved on, but every night still feels so wrong. The stars won't speak, the moon won't glow, like they know something I won't know. Your name is written in the dust, a love that faded, not in rust, but in trust. I lean to see if you're still near, but all I hear is memory here. And the window still cries when the silence grows 1,000 sighs from when no one knows. It aches for you beneath gray skies, and there's trampoline glass. The window still cries. And the window still cries, though the world moved on. Every teardrop knows that you are gone, but somehow still, with sorrow lies, your touch remains, and the window still cries. And so do I. I found an old room we once knew, faded walls and a hint of you. The light fell through the broken blinds like a ghost that never left behind. I touched the desk where you once wrote, but all that's left is what you never spoke. It's been a year since you walked away, but I still hear your footsteps in the gray. Her name in the dust, still spelling goodbye. A whisper caught in a tearless cry. I tried to clean it, I tried to forget, but it stays no matter how far I've left. Her name in the dust won't blow away, like the part of me that begged her to stay. The mirror cracked the day she left, a reflection lost, a stolen breath. That photograph still turned down, can't bear to see her in that gown. I breathe her name soft like gone where the winds forget, but I'm still breathing in her silhouette. Her name in the dust, quiet but true, a shadow stained in every wound. No matter how the years may fall, her silence still speaks through it all. Her name in the dust remains unspoken, a fragile truth, a heart left broken. And every time the sunlight fades, her name appears again in the dust. Stood beneath the fading dust, a heart too loud to hide. You passed me like a breeze that knew I was too much to confide. I called you in 1,000 ways, but silence took my place. You saw me there but turned away, a shadow you didn't chase. I waited where our echoes lay, but you chose the quiet away. A shadow you didn't chase, left behind with no embrace. I was the whisper on your skin that you were not to face. You held the light, I held the ache, in that forgotten space. I faded in the corner, a shadow you didn't chase. Could have been a quiet storm, two souls the world ignored. But you loved like leaves in autumn, breathed and nevermore. I reached but never caught your fire. You slipped without a trace, like I was never real at all. A shadow you didn't chase. You never said I mattered much, but your silence was enough. Still lingers in your empty place. I haunt the halls of watered dreams you left with no retrace. My heart was yours to recognize, but love refused the grace. So now I live behind you, a shadow you didn't chase. Been your truth, your light, but you chose the easy night. Now I wonder where you went, where love was now it don't. A shadow you didn't chase, a name you won't retrace. But even ghosts remember pain when hearts are out of place. So if the wind ever whispers me with every breath you face, know I was more than just a shadow you didn't chase. I forgot the sound of her laugh and the way she used to call my name. But somewhere deep beneath the past, the ache still burns the same. The pictures faded long ago, but something in me won't let go. I don't dream her face anymore, but I still feel her in my core. My soul still knows her, even if I don't. Though the mind forgets, the heart won't. She walks the halls behind my eyes, a shadow cast in quiet skies. My soul still knows her when I breathe alone, like a melody I've always known. I've whispered names in empty rooms, none of them could reach that light. She left behind a silent bloom that still unfolds at night. I try to say I've moved along, but I hum her silence in every song. No photo, no trace, just the flame that lights when I still hear her name. My soul still knows her, like the rain knows pain, like the stars remember her name. She's etched beneath my every scar, still shining dimly from afar. My soul still knows her, without her near. She's the reason I still feel here. She's not gone where memory ends. She breathes in cracks the world won't mend. My soul still knows her, not by sight or sound, but by the way my heart still pounds. When I pass places she once stood, where her silence still feels understood. My soul still knows her through all I've been, like a truth I wear beneath my skin. Though she's no longer mine to hold, she's written deep in all I know. We never said goodbye, we just let the silence grow like ivy on the walls of all the things we used to know. No final fight, no last embrace, just time pulling at our space. We didn't fall, we just let go of everything we used to hold. When we forgot to stay, we lost the way, like pages torn up by the wind. We loved, but we forgot to begin again. No thunder, no flame, just hearts with no one left to blame. When we forgot to stay, we faded away. past like I don't feel the ghost of every yesterday. We never chose to walk apart. We just forgot to guard the heart. Not with rage, not with regret, but with the things we both forget. We forgot to stay. The cracks grew wide, and we stopped beating on the other side. Too tired to fight, too numb to cry. We watched life slowly say goodbye. We forgot to stay. Let it slip away. We made a home and left the light, but never turned back to port the night. Now I wonder if you feel the same, or if you've let go of my name. When we forgot to stay, time took its toll, and we stopped reaching for the soul of who we were and all we meant. Now all our songs are what we spent when we forgot to stay. Love lost its way. He didn't break, he didn't run, just forgot what made us one. I traced your name in the fog of my doubt, held on to echoes I couldn't live without. You were standing still while I looked away. Now I'm chasing what I let decay. I found the words when the silence had grown, and reached for you when you'd already gone. It was the touch that came too late, a spark in ashes, a closed gate. You needed me when I wasn't there. Now I show up to an empty chair. It was love in delayed disguise. Too blind to see, too late to realize. The touch came too late. I remember your eyes tired of the weight. I saw the hurt, but not the weight. You gave me 1,000 chances to try, but I answered only with goodbye. Now I whisper in rooms you once filled, hoping time could somehow be willed. It was the touch that came too late. After the door, after the fate, I reached for your hand in a dream, but woke up torn at the seams. It was love that begged me to wait. Now it's just more than my heart can take. I found the right words in the wrong night. needed fire, I gave you light. Now I burn in a world I delayed. In a moment I should have stayed. The touch that came too late still lives in me. A ghost of how it should have been. I give my soul a start again. The love won't wait, it just escapes. And all I have is the touch that came too late. Room still breathes your quiet, like you just stepped away. The dust has found the silence where your voice used to stay. I still leave that space untouched, like you might come back in the corner where you sat. I still feel the crack. Your coffee cup's a ghost to me, and time won't let it be. In the corner where you sat, I still see your fading laugh, a shadow in the lamplight, a warmth I can't get back. The cushion holds your shape, like you never left the flat. You're gone and I'm still here. The corner where you sat, that chair has known our secrets. It held your every sigh. Now it's just a worn-out witness to the way you said goodbye. I talk to empty furniture, like it remembers what we had, and it answers with the hush of the corner where you sat. Your sweater's still behind the chair, as if you said might still be there. In the corner where you sat, the world felt small and safe like that. Now the light falls hard and broken, and the walls feel cold and flat. No song can fill the hollow, no words can change the fact that I'm haunted every evening by the corner where you sat. If I ever move this place around, will I lose you all the same? Will I lose you all the same? Or is your memory tied to the ground, like an echo that knows my name? In the corner where you sat, is where my heart still looks back. You left without a warning, but your silence left a map. I still wait for something tender that I know won't come back. Still I leave the light on low for the corner where you sat. She didn't take the pictures or the keys left on the shelf. She didn't leave a letter or explain to someone else. But she held one thing so gently, like it might just break apart. The last song I wrote for her with every beat of my heart. She carried my last song like a whisper not yet gone. Played it in the silence of a love we built upon. She didn't say forever or even linger long, but she left, and in her shadow she carried my last song. There's no trace in the hallway, just a faint perfume that stays, and a record left half spinning in a room where no one plays. But the chords still find my fingers, and the words still know her name, even though she's just a silence wearing yesterday's refrain. She carried my last song where broken hearts belong, soft as falling echoes of a love that felt so strong. She didn't need forgiveness, she didn't need to be wrong. She just turned and disappeared while carrying my last song. Will she play it when she's lonely? Will she hum it when she cries? Or will it sit in her tomorrow like a dream that never tried? Smile and walk away, still carrying my last song, still carrying my last song. Never stood in sunlight, we danced when no one sees. Whispers in the hallway, hands like falling leaves. You smile behind the silence, my heart beneath the strain. We wrote our lines in secret and kissed behind the pain. No one knew held me in the space between the scenes. Love behind the curtain where no one dares to go. A fire we kept hidden so the world would never know. We were pages left unspoken in a play we couldn't show. But I still feel your heartbeat behind the curtain's glow. You wore your mask of laughter I wore my crown of fear, but in the quiet backstage, your voice was all I hear. We lived in borrowed moments, like ghosts behind the glass, and smiled for all the watchers, while letting real love pass. They saw the act, not the feeling, but you and I knew the truth. Love behind the curtain, a touch we couldn't prove. Every glance we buried in the roles we had to move. We were stars that never rising in a sky we couldn't choose. But I still burn for you, love, behind the curtain's roofs. What if we had stepped out? What if we had shown them all? But they have torn us open. Won't let the curtain fall. The sky turned silver in the morning light. Clouds gathered slow as if they knew. I stood there where you said goodbye, and even the wind seemed to miss you too. The silence wrapped around the street, like every drop was holding back. The world stood still in quiet ache, as if it feared your heart would break. The rain waited for you, held its tears like I used to. Every storm stayed in the sky, every shadow passed me by. I whispered to the clouds above that you'd return, and we'd find love when the sky knew what was true. The rain waited, but not even you. Your coat still hangs behind my door. Your echo lives in every room. And though the seasons change once more, this house still smells like your perfume. Time moved on in whispered tones, but I kept watching storms alone. I counted seconds in the gray, but all your promises washed away. The rain waited for you, paused the storm like lovers do. Every cloud held in suspense, like my heart behind a fence. I prayed for thunder just to fall, to break this stillness, break it all. But even pain knew not I do. Oh, slow bends echoing delay, falling like droplets. Soft piano echoes, raindrops behind the solo. We used to speak in lullabies, soft verses wrapped in quiet skies. But time rewrote our every line, till your name no longer rhymed with mine. Our pages curled, ink ran dry. Even echoes stopped replying. Why? When our names stopped to rhyme, was the moment love ran out of time. What once was song turned into sighs, and poetry forgot our lines. No more rhythm, just silence in another season. We lost the rhyme when our names stopped to rhyme. I held your voice like sacred sound. Now it barely makes a sound. You were a verse I used to sing. Now I can't recall a single thing. We dance like stanzas, soft and slow. Now every beat just lets you go. When our names stop to rhyme, even time forgot the crime. What was music turned to stone. Now I sing these lines alone. Words that used to hold us tight, now just scatter through the night. We lost the rhyme when my name stopped rhyming. Maybe love was just a line that ran too far, then lost its shine. Maybe hearts can fall out of time, like broken chords, like misread signs. I'll whisper you in every line, but we no longer rhyme. The light was low, the room was still. I closed my eyes but felt you still. Your laughter echoed in the dust, like shadows holding on to trust. I swore I'd move, I swore I'd try, but I still sleep beneath your sky. I fell asleep in our memories, wrapped in the scent of your autumn breeze. Time never passed where you once lay. I live in the dreams we never made, and I can't wait, I can't break free. I fell asleep in our memories. The photos faded on the wall, but your touch hasn't left it all. Each night I meet you in my head, when nothing's gone and nothing's said. I swore I'd heal, I swore I'd breathe, but you're the air I never leave. I fell asleep in our memories, cradled in ghosted symphonies. Your voice still hums a song so long of how you stayed. It had to go, and I can't wait, not even for me. I fell asleep in our memories. Don't wake me now, it's warmer here, where you're still close and always near. Reality just feels too cold for love like ours that won't grow old. I fell asleep in our memories, between your smile and all my pleas. You're more alive than dreams I keep, so let me drown, let me sleep deep. 'Cause in my dreams you're next to me. I fell asleep in our memories. It wasn't in the words we said, or the fights we never had. No shattered glass, no angry door, just a quiet turn inside. Your eyes stopped reaching into mine, like twilight hiding dim, like twilight hiding day. We smiled pretending not to see our love was slipping away. No thunder, no final vow, just silence stretching out. Love fell without a sound, no echo hit the ground, no warning from the sky, no reason, just goodbye. Like autumn leaves that touch the earth, without a cry, without a word. vanished soft and unannounced. Love fell without a sound. I looked for pain but found the hush of hearts too tired to try. The space between your shoulder blades was where you learned to lie. We spoke in smiles we didn't mean, held hands like ghosts in skin. And every "I'm okay" we said, let the silence win. It wasn't fire, it wasn't fate, just a whisper growing. Love fell without a sound, like stars that slip the night, like breath that leaves the lungs when you're too tired to fight. And no break, no crash, no scream to end, just strangers dressed as lovers then. It ended soft like snow on ground. Love fell without a sound. I still rewind the quiet part where you stop reaching for my heart. No noise, no scar, no ending flame, just silence calling out my name. Love fell without a sound, like something we both knew, but neither dared to say, as if goodbye just slowly grew. And now I stand in empty rooms, still listening for the sound of love that died too quietly, of love that let us down.